You're wanting to learn what you can do with an IP address. I'll be showing you a few different things you can do with one, but firstly you need to understand what an IP address actually is. An IP address is a unique identifier assigned to devices connected to the internet. It's like a digital address that helps data reach its destination pretty much. But there are two types of IP address formats, which is IPv4 and IPv6. You'll most likely already know about IPv4 being in this sort of format. You'll notice in IPv6 that there's a lot of letters and a lot of digits. This is because it's on hexadecimal. IPv4 is in decimal, which is base 10. IPv6 pretty much exists because there aren't enough IPv4 addresses to go around on the internet. But to make life easier, I'll just be focusing on IPv4 for now. So what can you do with an IP address? I'm going to categorize them to things you could do legally and also what criminals do illegally with IP addresses. So let's start with some legal examples. Obviously using it for day-to-day tasks like connecting to the internet. You should already know this by now, but you are actually watching this video using an IP address. Number two, you can also use an IP address to set up a server, allowing other connections within your public or private network to connect. You can also use a tool like wireshark to intercept packets and see what IP connections are inbound and outbound from your IP. Number four, you can check to see where an IP address is located. This is not illegal. It's as easy as looking up the IP geolocation on Google and pasting in the IP address to find out where the data center is located. It's commonly thrown around on the internet that you can dox people with someone's IP address alone, but technically that can be possible, but simply searching up an IP address on like a geolocator won't resolve someone's actual home address. That isn't possible. But it will be the nearest data center to where they're connected, most likely, provided they're not on a VPN or using some sort of proxy. So what can a criminal with bad intent do with someone's IP address? Obviously don't get any ideas because these are illegal. So most commonly criminals will attempt to perform some sort of distributed denial of service attack or DDoS attack directed to someone's IP address. This is when a criminal orchestrates thousands of bot servers on the internet to direct all of their traffic to a specific IP address. There's only so much data that device can handle, so eventually it just stops working. The UK government is actually setting up honeypots for people who attempt to do DDoS on DDoS as a service sites. Please don't get tempted to do anything stupid because it's likely the UK government or some sort of government tricking people who want to do DDoSing or other script kiddies into incriminating themselves. There have been multiple sites taken down. When the sites do get taken down, the police take all of the data and try and map it to the right people and then put them in prison for a very long time. Another thing criminals can do with an IP address is route malicious traffic through compromised devices. So most modern websites with a slither of website security will require logins to accounts to be from residential or home IP addresses. So cybercriminals are always trying to hack into accounts. Many people know this, but they don't always have access to home IP addresses to bypass the bot protection on those websites. So what a hacker can do is set up a node on a compromised device to use a residential connection from the device to appear as a legitimate user. They could then log into the accounts and commit fraud from the residential IP. You might see on some hacking forums that these are called residential proxies or Resis. Now you can actually fall victim to a hacker setting up a node on your device. This often happens if you're installing malware or if you use grey market services that offer free cash in return for dodgy internet traffic to be routed through your connection. And now finally, hackers can port scan an IP address to enumerate open ports, services, and the operating system of the target device. Now this is highly illegal without the permission of the target device's owner, but this still happens anyway. Tools like Nmap are used very commonly for this, but don't go around scanning random IP addresses though because you don't want to get caught by the glowies. Nmap is still a great tool to use legitimately with the permission of the target device's owner, obviously. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, expect to see more videos like this soon, and thank you for watching.